This 5 seconds can make or break your day. Today I will be teaching you how to speak impromptu with confidence. It will be a 5-step process. It might be a longer video than usual because I have prepared it for my Toastmasters and I have delivered it, and it was very well delivered. So let me share those 5 tips with you. First tip that you can do in any impromptu topic. Generally, the topics that are impromptu are general in nature and don't have a very appropriate or right answer. So first is, there is no correct answer to any impromptu topic. If they are asking about who is Prime Minister of India, then there is a right answer, but then it's not impromptu. You have to be prepared for that. I am talking here only of topics like someone meets you and greets you and then asks, so what do you like? How was your day? Do you find this movie interesting? So these topics don't have any right answer. Or even a simpler example. What's life you dream of? What is your dream life? These topics can be a great icebreaker in any situation, and these don't have any right or wrong answer. No right or wrong answers. You decide what is right for you. You decide what is correct. So there are no right or wrong answers. Second is 5 seconds. Why I prepared these are very unthinkable. These are prepared to represent something very serious yet in a casual way. This 5 seconds can make or break your day. Let me give you an example. If someone asks you, do you like to go out with me? And your first thought is no, and you clearly say no, then they will be offended. Instead, if you take 5 seconds to answer it in a polite way, that I would love to go out with you, but currently I am unable to, and I will get back to you when we can go out. We can have a lunch or dinner or whatever. These 5 seconds can basically save you a lot of time that you might end up in arguing or saving your life, if that is the situation. Basically saving yourself. You might offend someone so much that they might be aggressive at the moment. They might feel bad about themselves. They might be upset about you. So these all things can be avoided if you take those 5 seconds before you reply. And don't reply. It's my general advice to everyone out there. Don't reply. Please respond. Hear, listen, understand, analyze, and then respond. I am unable to do it always, but I try to do it as much as I can. And it's very difficult. I'm telling you, it looks simple, but it's very, very difficult. But with practice, you can do it in those 20% of conversations or communications that you are having with your loved ones, with your family, that you can't afford to offend them. You can't afford to offend your boss. So these 5 seconds, this habit of responding and not replying can save you a lot of trouble. Next is, so this is quite funny. This is a dumbbell and this is towards the end. increase the intensity of your words, your delivery as you move towards the end. Because in the end, when you will be completing your, I am talking about speech here, completing your speech, then the analyzer or the audience will remember only the initial phase, something maybe 1 or 2 points from the overall speech and the conclusion of the speech. So conclude with bold statements, conclude with enthusiasm, conclude with confidence. The other person should feel the intensity. If you are telling a sad story, conclude on a so grateful note, and this way they will have an impact of your speech. Coming to third, these are specs, and it means eye contact. If I am talking to maybe 1 or 2%, I will be looking at them into their eyes. But if I am talking to a larger audience, maybe 20 people, 50 people, then I will try to avoid making eye contact with the more enthusiastic people in the auditorium or basically room. Because if I make eye contact with someone who is laughing, someone who is nodding, and someone who is using their phone while sitting in the first row, these things are very distracting to me. I can forget what I have to speak, and especially in impromptu speaking, those things are amplified. So what I do, basically if I have to speak, so I usually choose maybe 5-10 people in the audience, and those people have a specific identity to me. They are dull faces. I find 5-10 dull faces in the auditorium, in the audience, spread evenly throughout the audience, and I look at them like I'm looking here, or you, or you. Those dull faces are not very motivating. If you want to feel like I am motivating and these people are getting motivated, this is not working. I want to motivate them, I want to inspire them, but it's not working. Instead, if you look at from the rest of the audience part, you are looking all of them, you are delivering to all of them, and you are seeming like a more confident and aggressive version of yourself. Aggressive not in a bad way, but maybe effective communication is going on here, because you are able to deliver the complete content from your head to their mind. And this is not telepathy. You are speaking those words, you are speaking it in such confidence that they start to believe you and you. So this thing can be very helpful to you in any speech you give, unless you are asking questions. If you are asking questions, then you want the audience to be engaging. But if you are delivering a speech, you want the audience to be done. It's not very motivating. I am 100% sure it's not motivating at all. But it gets the work done with efficiency, and you are recognized as a wonderful speaker. Coming to our last point or tip. This is life. Talk about your life. If it's an impromptu speech, talk about your life. Don't give out facts. Because if you give out facts, you will mess up. That is for sure. Because no one can remember everything, yeah. And you have to understand that giving out facts is basically shooting yourself in the foot. if you don't give out facts, if you talk about your family, like if I ask you who is your inspiration, and if you tell me someone I know, like maybe Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, or Subhash Chandra Bose, or maybe in the tech field Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, then I can presume and I can judge you. I can ask counter questions about that. But if I ask you who inspires you, and you tell me I am most inspired by my father, I don't know you, I don't know your family, I don't know your father. You can tell whatever you want here. This gives you the control of the conversation. You can share whatever you want. You can skip whatever you don't want to share. You can share anything. It is true or false. If it's the reality or a made up thing. You can simply deliver lies and they will believe it because they don't know you. And last tip or cheat code that I want to give you is that if you are delivering to a larger audience, what I believe, and while researching this topic, I found out it's easy to deliver a speech if you are not delivering a speech at all. Like, let me give you an example. If you are sitting in a park on a bench at the corner of the park, and there are maybe 50, 100, 200, 1,000 people playing or walking in the park, and you don't care about them, and you are sitting with your friend, your spouse, or your family member, and you talk to them with confidence. Mostly, I guess you should be doing that. And you talk to them with authenticity. You sometimes talk to them with authority. You talk to them with your genuine interest to share your knowledge. That same feeling can be received and revived in your brain when you are on stage in front of maybe 1,000 people. You can speak to them with the same level of confidence if you think you are talking to a friend, a family member, or someone who cares about you, who will support you no matter what. So these tips are very helpful in any kind of impromptu speech, especially helpful in speeches like table topics where the timing is very limited, like 2 minutes you have to conclude the speech. These things can also be helpful in prepared speeches. These things are very, very helpful in any sort of speech you want to give. Comment down any other tips or any other thoughts that you would like to share. And if you have any objection or argument against my points, please feel free to comment down. ChatGPT, give me a topic to practice my impromptu speaking and give it in a general form.
Absolutely. How about talking about the impact of technology on human relationships? You could explore how tech has both connected.
यार हमेशा बोरिंग टॉपिक देता है. बोरिंग नहीं, मतलब सारे ही टेक टेक टेक. मैं जनरल टॉपिक की बात करता हूँ, ये टेक की बात है. ChatGPT चेंज करना पड़ेगा, परप्लेक्सिटी वगैरह कुछ ट्राई करना